Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to another video brought to you by me, Jack, VintageElectronicsGeek.com here. Hey, I know it's been a while since I've posted. I've had a few things happening behind the scene that prohibited me to doing such. As you know, back in the tail end of August, my central air conditioning broke, and it took about 7 days for a technician to get out here, at which time I had to sit in the heat for, in the 100 plus degrees. And so a lot of my projects got set aside. I did absolutely nothing other than swelter. That's it. I did escape for a few days to the coast, and there will be a video of that coming up soon. And because of such, my projects were put off hold, and that put me behind on all my projects. In the middle of trying to ramp up to get ready for all of that, had a elderly aunt who was 80 years old pass away. And in doing such, the immediate family asked if I would do video and pictures of the service, which has kept me rather busy. Now, that's a project that's still ongoing. I mean, the services and all that's over and done with. However, I had five video cameras and 3 still cameras going at one time, and only 2 shooters, myself and my wife. So that's the most I've done essentially at one time, and that's the most that I've had to edit in Adobe Premiere Pro. And because of such, 5 videos kind of chokes my video card. So I'm in the process of searching for another video card, and I think I have another one in line that I'm going to purchase. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. This is going to be a short video, but I just wanted to let you know what's happened, where I've been, and why you haven't seen much lately. Hopefully, I'll be able to ramp up and start becoming more productive on the YouTubes. Today's video essentially is going to be about some purchases that I have made in the last couple of months, and I have not had time to demonstrate, to show said purchases. So here we go. I'm going to spend hopefully not too much time on any. I think I spent way too much time on my intro. Apologize for that. So here we go. Oh, one other thing before we get started. Future videos you can anticipate on most of the item. Here we go. First item up is this Crosley. This is a AM/FM CD stereo radio. Alright, next thing we have here is this Aiwa model number HS-J370 Alpha. It is a AMFM Walkman cassette. I generally don't collect, although I do have another Walkman. But what excited me about this, and really the only reason why I bought it, this thing has a microphone input. So, kind of cool. This will need a little love. Next item, we have this General Electric Monitor 10. This is a really cool and interesting radio. It's a big radio and full of all kinds of bands that you ever wanted, and then some more. This has CB, public service band from 30 to 50 megahertz, shortwave 1 and 2, which covers 6.0 to 21 megahertz. The AM radio, FM radio, air/public service band, so 108 all the way up to 175, plus it has the UHF band, which covers, I think, 400 to 512. Very cool radio. Next up is this amazing Sony model number ICF-7480W. And I cannot wait to dig into this radio. This thing is amazing. That's all I could say. Absolutely amazing. Next up, we have this realistic model number STA-19. It is a small form factor AM/FM amplifier. Really impressive little radio. And for those wondering, did I pick up any more Test gear, you betcha I sure did. I picked this Leader LSG-231 FM stereo signal generator. Does just exactly as it says. This is going to allow me to throw a 19 kilohertz pilot tone to illuminate and test the pilot tone, your stereo light on your radio, as well as, you know, your left and right and all that good junk. So pick this up for a steal. Amazing little piece gear, test gear. I haven't really played with it much, but I'm looking forward in doing so. I also picked up a Optimus or Radio Shack Hi-Fi Stereo Video 8 VCR. This will also need to have a little love. It works, but it just needs, I think I need to put a new belt in it. It's a little sluggish. Otherwise, really cool. Had to order the remote control separately. This remote has got to be the biggest remote control I have ever seen. And this has got to be like the smallest VCR I'd ever seen. Right? Remote VCR. How's that? That's crazy, ain't it? If you need a paddle for your boat, this would work. Next item I picked up was this Sony CFS-43 AMFM cassette boombox from 1982, I think it is. Doug, remember I was telling you that I picked up the boombox. That's the match to your little Sony portable that you just recently got. This is it. This thing works flawless. Tape player works just fantastic. But we'll still tear it apart because, well, why not? In an earlier video where I received a package from the Open Air Garage, Stan, which, by the way, you need to go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. You'll be rather happy you did. Anyway, I made reference to this camera here. This is really the only camera I've purchased in the last couple of months. Why? It's the only one I've really came across that I liked enough to buy. This is a, almost said an Olympus, but it's a Minolta F100, not the pickup truck. Amazing little camera for what it is. And then I picked up this Radio Shack Pro 97 1000 channel triple trunk scanner. Kind of cool. I bought a battery. Not any battery, but a vintage battery. This is for a Sony Mavica camera that is in my collection. Back in the day, this battery sold for $45. This battery comes all the way from, I think, 1989. And what's really cool about this battery, it's new old stock. I've been searching for over 2 years for that battery. One finally popped up. I'll get into the camera in another video in another time. That video will be a rather big video. Hey, guess what? Another radio, that's right. This is a GE Super Radio 1. This is second revision, model number 7-2880B as in boy. I bought this as a parts radio for my other radio that I have of this. As you can see, this thing, well, hopefully you can see it, maybe you can't. Somebody did not give it love, or they gave it hard love. That's what they gave. Missing bits and pieces, power switch is missing. I found this tab bent over. I found a cigarette butt and some paper shoved down in there. I have not opened this up. And the battery bay has been screwed down. Got one screw here, looks like another one there. Surprisingly, this radio works phenomenal. Bought it as a parts radio for my other GE that's all there. I'm not pleased with some of it. So anyway, enough about this fantastic, awesome radio. Let's move on to the next item of purchase. And then guess what? I bought a radio. This radio is kind of cool. This is a internet radio made by Grace Digital, or Grace anyway. Digital output. This is a really super cool radio. Model number on this guy is GD1-IRC6000, and there will be a video on it sometime. Not sure when, but sometime. I had given this radio to the wife, and she's been using it exclusively versus her over-the-air analog radio, and she really likes this radio. I like this radio. It is a cool radio. I don't know if I said that or not. I would power it on, but the wall wart is at her workstation, at her desk. And I bought a radio. Actually, I bought a pair of radios. This is the Baofeng BF-888S. And in this kit, came with 2 radios, 2 drop-in chargers, came with earbuds, and speaker mics, which I don't have, I forgot to grab. And then I bought some diamond tri-band stubby antennas. I bought 2 of those. And I bought the programming cable. This pack was really cheap. For all those items I just listed, the radio, the stubby antennas, and the programming cable, I paid $50. That's right, $50. And you notice it has VHF UHF. The radio is sold as a UHF, but in the programming, you can reprogram the radio for VHF, 144, 145 megahertz, 220, and 440. I think something like 420 to 512 or somewhere in there. It'll cover your UHF needs. There is a caveat with that, though. I'll save that for another day. But really cool. I bought this to replace my FRS radios, which I went to go grab, and one of the speakers died. So that kind of sucked, and I needed another radio. So I didn't use my FRS on that trip. So we'll talk about FRS, MRS, and GRU or whatever. We'll talk about all those modes when we talk about this radio. And I do believe, lastly, I can't think of any other items, but I'm sure I did. This was just a lot. Last thing I picked up was this Emerson TV. This is a HD TV with DVD at the top, which I really don't care about the DVD. DVD portion don't work. The rest of the TV does. We have our RCA inputs with S-video, We have two inputs for HDMI. We have USB. We have standard F connector for regular TV antenna. We have input for old school computer, DB, whatever it is. I forgot, DB12 I think. Another HDMI, and then we got our composite. Model number on this TV is LD195EMX. TV does work. TV works just fantastic. It has a really cool picture. As stated, the DVD player on it don't work, and I don't care about that. I don't have a remote for it. Remote on this thing, $45 if you want to buy the original remote, or you could pick an aftermarket up for about 15 bucks. I might do that. A little leery, good and bad with aftermarket remotes. I do believe that's it, at least for this video anyway. The video has went on a long time, so hopefully I could chop it down in post, and that's my intention, so it's just going to be a quick chop, chop, chop. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, I hope to be more active here in the days to come. Thank you to all my subs, old and new. I appreciate it. Catch you in the next one. Bye.